Very soon the Chinese New Year will begin. The fire or golden horse is coming into its own. In Chinese tradition, the horse is not only about freedom, passion and boundless energy, but also a symbol of nobility, speed and success. And here we also have the fiery golden color. What does Azerbaijan have to do with this, you may ask? The answer is that the Chinese golden horse and its Azerbaijani living counterpart, Karabakh horse, have surprisingly much in common. Salam alaikum, Finn is with you. Today is another vivid topic. We will talk about the Karabakh horse and make an improvised comparison between it and its astrological Chinese colleague. And when else should one talk about a horse if not in the year of the horse? Gettik. In Chinese tradition, gold is not only about wealth. It is discipline, control of energy, power and belonging to the elite rather than the masses. The main hallmark of Karabakh horses is precisely their golden coat. In everyday speech, Karabakh horses are still called sarılar, golden, because of their characteristic body color and dark chestnut mane and tail. It would seem that the color itself emphasizes the temperament, fire, intensity and energy. Bay, chestnut, lemon yellow, golden with a silvery sheen, white was extremely rare. The most beautiful was considered the light lemon coat with a golden glow, known as narınj. In Azerbaijani, narınj means orange. Specialists admired this coat in the past and continue to admire it today. Despite their relatively small size, the Karabakh horse is not tall, on average up to 150 centimeters at the withers. It has well-developed musculature, a deep wide chest and strong legs. The head is proudly set, the forehead high, a typical appearance of a noble riding horse. In the Chinese calendar, the year of the horse is associated with movement, breakthroughs and freedom. Karabakh horses fully match this image. They are fast, agile and precise in their movement. It's no coincidence that the Karabakh horse is so often celebrated in Azerbaijani and foreign literature and art, both in the past and today. Shy and at the same time brave, extraordinary, obedient and loyal to their owner, yet with character, Karabakh horses are ideal for riding and tireless over long distances. According to horse breeders, this breed differs from all 260 known in the world. It quickly adapts to both hot and cold climates, was selectively bred for agility and is ideally suited for mountainous terrain. In Azerbaijan, they are called köklan, purebred. In both Chinese culture and Azerbaijan, the horse is an attribute of power, not merely a means of transportation. Historically, the Karabakh horse was kept at the courts of khans and nobility and was considered an elite breed. It was gifted to rulers, shahs and emperors as a symbol of status and legitimacy. The main breeding center was the Khan's stud farm, where keeping horses of other breeds was forbidden. For a long time, exporting Karabakh horses outside the country was prohibited, since the strength of the army directly depended on cavalry. Horses were not sold, they were presented as gifts as a sign of friendship and gratitude. This tradition continued into the 20th and 21st centuries. In 1956, Nikita Khrushchev ordered that a golden Karabakh horse named Zaman will gifted to Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain. A deputy minister flew to Azerbaijan to escort the horse. Unfortunately, Zaman's fate was tragic. The horse fell ill. Vegetarians stated that he was longing for his homeland. Sometime later, Zaman died. By the way, Karabakh horses performed for the Queen at the celebratory events marking the Jubilee in the early 21st century. And quite recently, one of the Karabakh horses was gifted to the President of Turkmenistan, a great admirer of horses. We cannot exclude the possibility that the ancestors of Karabakh horses may have once reached China. For centuries, China imported elite horses from Central Asia, Iran, and the Caucasus. In Chinese chronicles, they are known as Western or heavenly horses, Tianma, as well as blood-sweating horses. There is no direct documentary evidence of Karabakh horses specifically being present in China, but it is indisputable that these horses made a significant contribution to improving other breeds such as the Don horse and the English thoroughbred. In 1860, Karabakh horses were recommended in Russia as riding, military and improving breeds. At that time, they participated in many international exhibitions and received awards. One horse won a prize at the All-Russian Horse Exhibition in 1867, and in the same year, another horse called Khan received an award at an exhibition in France. In Chinese culture, the horse is a key element of the army and state expansion. The same is true for the Karabakh horse. The horses described in Chinese chronicles are typologically very close to the Karabakh horses. Dry build, endurance, speed, suitability for war and long marches. These horses were not afraid of gunfire and charged artillery redoubts. Karabakh horses were used in the war against Napoleon in 1812. In the First World War, warriors of the Caucasian Cavalry Division fought on them. The irony of fate is that the former bearers of military power themselves became victims of war. The Karabakh conflict turned this breed into internally displaced animals and put it on the brink of extinction. Today, a modern breeding center operates to restore the population established on the site of the destroyed stud farm. To preserve national traditions, equestrian game sections are being created in the regions of Azerbaijan, and here the Karabakh horses are especially valuable. By the way, in 2013, the game of Chovgan played on Karabakh horses was included in UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage, an Eastern analog of polo. The image of the Karabakh horse has become a national brand. Even the football club Karabakh from Aghdam made it its symbol. The team's mascot is called Kahar. The Karabakh horse is a symbol of rapid mobilization, control of space, and borderlands. By the way, we have a separate video about borderlands. The link's in the description. But most importantly, it has become a cultural marker of Azerbaijani statehood. As in Chinese tradition, the horse here symbolizes movement, strength, and responsibility. It is the image of a transitional, fearful period between mountains and plains, east and west, war and peace, tradition and modernity. And in this sense, the Karabakh horse and the golden horse of Chinese calendar are strikingly similar. Why do you think this particular breed became part of the national identity and a symbol of an entire region? Subscribe, like, hit the bell, leave comments, and share this video with friends. By the way, this video is also available in Russian. And remember, there is no good or bad culture. There is simply a different culture. Salamat kal.